Hello guys, this is Bull back with another Fortnite video, and today we're going to be talking about what are the enforcers doing with this cube. So basically, if you guys didn't know, the road trip skin, the enforcers actually sort of invaded the map over by the motel on the week 7 loading screen. And there is something very strange going on with them. If you guys didn't know, the enforcer's description is restore balance. That is what it says in the description of the enforcer. So that is really interesting. As you guys know, all of the rifts have disappeared within the sky, and this is extremely strange. They also brought back the motel sign over at the motel. And we actually thought that there was only one enforcer, but if you have a look at the week 7 loading screen, there's several, so they're almost like they are enforcing the law in terms of space and time. They are wanting to restore balance, because as you guys know, the Fortnite map over the past season has been completely messed up due to the visitor completely firing a rocket into the sky and messing the time and space through the whole map. So everything's been changed. Obviously the Durburger, we've got a lot of different things have changed within the map, and I feel like the enforcers now are going to be coming and trying to restore balance, or there is a good theory going about where these enforcers are trying to find the visitor and restore a balance to this map. Now, what we have involving the cube is really interesting, because if you have a look, if we go all the way over to the cube right now, there is some symbols underneath, and I've actually had a look a little bit more at the symbols. A lot of people are suggesting it's a map underneath the cube. We're gonna, but if I just have a look now and show you guys, you'll see it's actually just a couple of symbols that we really don't know yet. So basically, a lot of you guys were suggesting if you go look underneath the cube, you guys can see there is a symbol underneath the cube ever since the brand new cube moved, and you can see here this is a weird looking symbol, but remember this symbol, guys. Have a look at this, and we're going to zoom right out for you guys right now. So you guys can see there's a little dot here, there's a square, and there's almost like an arrow to the right. So if we actually zoom right out to the top right now, you guys can see this symbol here is exactly the same. So it's actually a symbol that's just all over the cube in general. So it's not one particular cube. There is people that have looked inside of the game files within the game and found that I think there's 4 different symbols on this cube at any one time. So that is just basically a general symbol. A lot of people were comparing the symbols to the visitor skin. If you guys don't remember, the week 7 loading screen on season 4 actually had the visitor typing into his little computer involving the rocket, and people were suggesting that them symbols were linked, but they actually were not, guys. There's nothing linked at all involving the visitor and this. So whether the visitor is going to be coming back is really, I'm not very sure, to be honest with you. There's a lot of people suggesting the visitor and the enforcers are from the same time period due to the fact that their armor is very similar and, you know, made from almost a similar material. So we're just going to have to wait and see as well. If we go over to the Wailing Woods bunker as well, people are still very concerned about the Wailing Woods bunker. People really like the storyline involving the Wailing Woods bunker, so we're going to have to really have a look at that as well. Also, inside this blue house right here, there is a secret, secret base underneath, and this hasn't really been affected at all, because if you guys didn't know as well, all of these stone heads around the map are actually facing towards Salty Springs. Now, what people are also suggesting that the cube will finish at Salty Springs, which is really interesting, because if you actually had a look into the game files where the cube will end, it says it will end at the lake. Now, I can't really see this happening too much as well, just due to the fact that it's quite a hard direction to take. It would have to almost go all the way down into the valley. It's very hard to maneuver around here, but it's definitely possible. But then it would have to go all the way down the river and through the river right to the very end, and that's a long way. But it's still generally possible. You never know, guys. Who's to say this ever needs to even go anywhere near up there? It could actually come here and almost enter within this little waterfall here. It could really slide into the lake that way, because that'd be really interesting. and it ends almost here. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly what happens involving the cube, but it's a really interesting storyline because we really don't know anything about it whatsoever. People are decoding and looking into the game files to see exactly where this thing will end. You guys have to let me know in the comment section down below where you guys will think the cube will end. I'm going to be telling you my top places right now. My number 1 is probably Loot Lake, number 2 is going to be Salt Lake Springs, and number 3, believe it or not, it's probably Dusty Divot. Now, believe it or not, there is lakes in Dusty Divot. I don't know what they class as a lake, but there is still water here, and it would make sense, because think about it this way, guys, right? What event, think about this logically, if they want to fill this massive, huge crater back in, what could they actually do to, for that to happen? It's not really, there's a lot of, land mass that needs to be produced here, and the only thing that would ever really make it happen again is if we had something really magical involving the cube. So my theory would probably be the cube comes in here and then does something weird and creates a brand new location which levels this place out again and makes it completely flat. So we'll just have to see what happens involving that. If you have a look at the lake, a lot of people are not liking Loot Lake at the moment just due to the fact that when you actually walk in it, it's super slow, so not many people actually go across it. So people would like to see the lake almost covered, and I would like to see almost like a snowy, maybe frozen area here, because we do have these snow textures within the game. Because if you guys go all the way over to the Viking base, the snow and ice textures are in the game, guys. So this is very, very interesting. Also, there's no snow falling from the sky anymore, which is super, super interesting. Just having a look in the sky as well, because there's nothing strange whatsoever. So you guys can see here, you guys can see that there's the snow textures here. So I was wondering if this gets transferred all the way over to Loot Lake. This would be super, super interesting to see. But this would almost count as a lake as well. There's a lot of water within the map, so we're just going to have to wait and see what happens involving that as well. But the enforcers in general are definitely coming in to try and restore balance to the map. So I think we're just going to have to wait for the next week's loading screens to really find out what's going to happen here. I'm super excited for the future of this, and we're going to be really, really looking into the brand new cube, because this cube is definitely, this is how they're going to be finishing this season off. We're always wondering how they would finish the season off, but this cube is definitely going to be involved somehow. People are saying that this cube is going to actually open up into smaller cubes or open up into something else, which is really, really interesting. But this is going to affect the map in a way that we're just going to have to find out. So I feel like this will probably affect Dusty Divot and Loot Lake. These are big locations that would want to change in the map. As you guys know, they do change every season. They change locations that people are, unpopular. So if unpopular locations that you probably might see changed at the end of the season are, you've got yourself Lucky Landing, you've got yourself Flush Factory, you've got yourselves the Viking Lair, believe it or not, is quite an unpopular place, the Supervillain Base, the Superhero Base, Lonely Lodge, over in that corner of the map by Wailing Woods, and believe it or not, Junk Junction is not that much popular either. But so these are locations that could, change within the Fortnite universe as well. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see as well. There was also some theories involving something to do with a llama. If you guys didn't know, the Ragnarok skin, someone was saying that it's kind of like a crab, and the crab used to be over by Wailing Woods. They removed the crab from Wailing Woods. They also removed the fox. Now the drift skin is also a fox. So the only skin that they haven't made yet is a llama skin, and that is over by Junk Junction. You can see it over there. But that's just another really weird theory that you guys can completely ignore that. It was a little thing I was thinking about as well. So if you guys have any theories, please let me know in the comment section down below. I read almost every single comment. I get a lot of ideas from you guys, and you guys are really smart as well. So you guys can definitely figure things like this out. We're going to be looking into these symbols. I'm going to be having a look and see if we can decode these things, and seeing exactly how this is going to affect Fortnite Season 5 storyline and how the Season 6 is going to be coming along. So we're going to be just really seeing exactly what happens. And that is pretty much it for the end of the video, guys. You're going to have to leave a like, subscribe for more Fortnite storyline videos like this. Cannot wait for this story to develop a little bit further. So this is going to be really interesting. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe for more Fortnite videos like this. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.